Morning, guys. May the 12th here in Central Illinois. Happy Mother's Day to you mothers out there. We know who you are. But I just thought I'd give you a little update as to what's going on. It's been a buying frenzy the last 5 or 6 days, and the goodies have been coming through the U.S. Postal Service, and it's been a little bit like Christmas. Something that I picked up. I think I got this from Trains. I'm not sure. Yeah, I know I did. This is a Bing cast iron pre-war American outline. I got it to pull my Bing O-gauge pre-war cars. I always wanted an American steam engine outline, and the ubiquitous 1012 tender. Got a 1012 on that one over there. 1012 on that one over there, and there's one hiding in that engine house, and it's a European outline, and it's a 1012 tender. I don't think Bing could have made electric trains if they hadn't had their 1012 tender. It's everywhere. But I've been wanting one of these for a long time. Trains was selling it as a wind-up, and it wasn't a wind-up. So I got it fairly reasonable. These doggone things are always expensive. I think they had to buy it now for 125 or 135 bucks, and I thought, well, I'm not out anything if it's not what I want. And it was indeed, it was an electric. It was not a wind-up as the picture showed it. So I've got that. The other thing that I picked up is another Bing, a Bing for standard gauge. I picked this up off of the notorious Fleabay just the other day. This was Bing's 1 gauge, which then they converted to O-gauge, standard gauge, by putting standard gauge trucks on it. That's I would like a series of those. They're really expensive, and if you're thinking about buying the beer car, you better sell lots of blood, because it takes a lot to buy one of those. I've got another one in the Swiss refrigerator car. I bought that from Stouts a number of years ago, and I just like to look at them. They're really colorful. They're nice looking cars. The other thing that I bought from Trains just the other day is a coal car with the rubber stamping on it. I've got 2 of them now. I can't remember where I got the other one, but I got these for decent money. I think if I were to average the cost of the 2 together, at least $150 each, and not any more than that, for the 2. I'm seeing Mike's Train House's stuff going right now that are rubber stamped like this, asking $165 and $180, and I'd rather spend $165 or $180 for an original than a Mike's Train House. But really, really nice. So I'm hoping maybe to get one more of these, and then of course I'd have to have the red and black caboose, which I'll never get, because I'll never spend that kind of money for it. A caboose is a caboose as far as I'm concerned. So we got those. Let's see, what else is there anything else that I got around here? No, nothing that I've bought. So the other thing we're working on, the project I'm slowly getting done, is this slope back tender. Now, I bought this off of Stout's auction, and when I bought it, it was Blue Comet blue, dark blue frame, light blue top. In fact, I hate to touch it because it's only been painted 24 hours ago, but there's what it was on the inside. So I'll set it right there. And this is funny. The engine, I've got an 060 standard gauge engine. Somebody took it and made it 060. All 6 of the wheels are geared. It is a hell of a locomotive. But the paint on it is almost the same as if it were flat. And I didn't want to paint this gloss, so I chose satin. But as God is my witness, I really can't tell the difference between satin, which is what I painted this. The roof on this caboose is gloss black, and the roof on the goose is semi-gloss. Well, they all look like they're in the same ballpark to me. So this satin really sprayed nice. As does the semi gloss. It's an easier to handle paint than the full gloss, but everything else that you see on here, it is gloss paint. So we've got excuse me, we got the tender, the frame. Originally it came with 500 series trucks. These are 200 series. I haven't decided yet whether or not I'm going to use that or go back to the 500. I'm going to do I think I'm going to do a red stripe along this rib here. I'm going to experiment with that. And if I screw it up, it's an easy either sand it down or strip it. I am not going to experiment with that body. To have a first-time shot for that and the paint and everything is in good shape, I'm not taking a chance with that. The other thing that's going to be done to the tender body is going to be rubber stamps. I've got one here for the Chicago Northwestern. I got one here for the Rio Grande and Southern. These two here, these are for the pen. One is what I call their regular emblem, and the other is an Art Deco. I just had these made. I just set it up and sent off and had them made. And I've got another one, which I can't find right now, which says Pennsylvania Railway, and it literally will go from one end to the other. I don't know that I'll use that. That it's a really long rubber stamp, and even though the metal on this is good, I know for a fact that there are some very light low spots in the side of this. You see it when you sand it, and if it's not even, what you'll do is you'll push it down and you'll have an incomplete impression. Or if you push it really hard down so that you get the low spot, then what you've got is at the ends where all the pressure's being applied, it kind of squeezes out. It puts a halo around the letters. And for the most part, I really don't care, because I can show you real stuff that was done a long time ago that suffered the same effects. I mean, after all, it's rubber stamps and it's a toy train. So we're not exactly trying to model make it scale. So let's take a look and see some of this stuff. I'll get it moved out of the way. Put it down here with all the other junk underneath the layout. Where would we be if we didn't have storage space under our layouts? Get the, we can put these out. We can put these in the center. They're not going to hurt nothing. And I think there's enough room with that tender body that it's not going to get clipped. So anyhow, take the coffee. It's barely 6 o'clock here this morning. And we'll see how things run. Really pleased with the way the slope back tender's coming. In fact, there's the engine that the slope back is being built for, painted. Like I say, blue wouldn't have looked good with it. All right. Let's see if we can get some of this stuff running. Now, I don't know why, but I've had a number of engines. I've even got some Ives, or not Ives, yeah, Ives engines, the 040 electrics, that do exactly the same thing. But you'll notice that this steam locomotive has what I call a hitch in its get along. It wobbles from side to side. And I don't know what causes that, because the wheels don't look like they're bent or the axles are bent or anything. So I really don't know. I don't know what the situation is. But this is all Bing up here on the upper level. And I like Bing steam. I really do. That 1 gauge reminds me of the New York Central's 999. See that steam engine, that O gauge one wobbles a little bit. I got to get the headlight fixed, of course, on the O gauge. But these are nice little sets. So then we'll go to the the Ives. And like I say, you can mix and match with this early stuff. I've got Lionel, I've got Ives, and all of them have got a slot for a hook coupler, which really makes it nice. It's good. I enjoy mixing and matching some of this early stuff. It has a nice look to it, and I just enjoy seeing the cars, the different brands of cars being pulled in the same train without having to use a twist tight or a paper clip to connect them all together. So let's get this old Ives going. And we'll let the goose pull a little bit of some cars today. And my electric up there, which was originally an American Flyer, and I went ahead and I put double trucks on it. That's pretty much it for today. Man, that thing can get you going to get away from you. Those two O gauge motors that I converted to standard gauge on that thing, they really pull well. So, guys, have a good Mother's Day. Treat your mother like the queen she is, because she's the only one we've got. I'm headed down to St. Louis here in just a little bit to see my daughter. She's not my mother, but my mother, her mother gave her to me. So you guys have a good one. Have a safe one. And I hope none of you guys have been in these bad storms we've had lately. It's been an absolute mess out there. Here in Illinois, we've been in a donut hole. A little wind, a little rain, nothing serious. So have a good one. We'll talk with you all later. Toodaloo.